Okay, I'm not going to do these first four on level one because those are an exact repeat of what I did at the beginning of the notes. So you already have a video that explains how to do 1, 2, 3, and 4. If you're still having difficulty, watch the video again, pause, try it, or go to the other construction video, watch it, or simply ask your teacher for some help. Because constructions are a great opportunity to earn some quick and easy points on the test, but you do have to practice. So instead, I'm going to skip to the last page, to these that require a little bit more thought, and you have to put some ideas together. So this first one, construct an isosceles right triangle. So first of all, what is an isosceles right triangle? Well, let's say I want you to create triangle ABC. I want it to be a right triangle, right angle B, and I want AB, segment AB, to be congruent to segment BC. So I want to create right angle B. So how do I construct this? I also have to construct it, which means you really shouldn't be using your ruler for anything other than pretending that it's a piece of plastic that that helps you draw a straight line. So the first thing you need to do is start with a line segment. And then in this line segment, we need to create a perpendicular. So some of you might be thinking, okay, well, I want to create a perpendicular through this given point right here, B. All right, you could do that. That's fine. So if I'm going to create a perpendicular through a point, then I'm going to first start by making the hash marks out on the left and the right of that point, and then I'm going to extend. So now I've made this into its own segment on the line, or on the line segment, and now I do my scoops above and below, scoop on the other side, above and below, and then I use my ruler to connect this point and this point. And actually I have 3 points now, but I only need the upper portion. Now remember, I'm making an isosceles right triangle. I want the right angle at letter B, and I want BA and BC to be congruent to each other. So the last thing I'm doing is I'm just going out here and I'm going to measure a length. Right, so I might say, okay, here's the length, so I'm going to put letter A here. So this is letter A, and then I'm going to scoop up here, and I'm going to make this letter C. So now I've made sure that AB is congruent to BC. I have my right angle here in the corner. I use my ruler. I connect A and B, so I have a right triangle ABC with angle B being a right angle, and the side lengths AB and BC are congruent to each other. So an isosceles right triangle, and that is right here. Okay, complement of ABC. Sorry, I don't know what happened here. This B should be here on my paper. I don't know what happened. This is letter A. This is letter C. Okay, so how do we do a complement to this? Well, what does a complement mean? Complement means that the two angles should add up to 90 degrees. So I have a point right here, and what can I do? Well, I can take this ray, the bottom segment here, and I can just extend it. So this is now 180 degrees. But I want to make the complement going through this point to this angle. So in other words, I need to make a perpendicular through point B. So perpendicular through point B. So again, what do? I go over here, put my compass on point B. I just make a scoop to the right of B, to the left of B. Now I've created a segment within a segment, so I'm now bisecting or doing the perpendicular bisector. So I put my compass on the end point, and then I do my scoop above. I don't have to do it above and below really, but you can if you want to, right? So I do my scoop above and below. And then these intersections here, I can line them up. And so I have the original ray here, BC, and I have the original angle here, ABC. So whatever this angle is, whatever the original angle is, that is, whatever this is here, if I create a 90-degree angle, then this angle, I can put a point out here and call this D. So angle DBA is a complement of angle ABC. So angle DBA here is a complement of angle ABC. That means these two angles, angle DBA and angle ABC, add up to 90 degrees. So how did I do that? By making a perpendicular through this point to this line. Okay, construct a 22.5 degree angle. So how do you construct a 22.5 degree angle? Well, think about it. The only angles we've learned how to make are 90 degree angles. Well, what's half of 90 degrees? 45. And what's half of 45? 22.5. So in other words, we're going to create a perpendicular, then we're going to bisect the angle, and then we're going to bisect it again. So you should be able to do that one on your own. That's all review of what we've done. Okay, no new skill there. So go ahead and try that on your own. I'm going to go through it, but I'm not going to talk. I need to extend this here because my line was too short. Okay, so there you go, 22.5 degrees right here. Bisected, first create a 90-degree angle, bisected it to make it 45, bisected 45, you get 22.5. Our final construction is to practice our construction of a parallel line. It says, construct a line parallel to L at point S by creating alternating interior angles that are congruent. So we're not going to do corresponding angles, we're going to do alternating interior angles. Okay, so how would you do that? Well, just like the first one, the first thing you do is you make your transversal. Okay, so you must make your transversal first. Then you have to put your compass down here, down here where the transversal intersects the original line, and you make your arc through the original line and the transversal. Then you come up here. Now think about, where's your alternating interior angles going to be? Well, your alternating interior angle is going to be down here on the bottom part and not up on the top part. So remember, it's like your letter N or your letter Z. So I'm going to make my alternating interior angles on the opposite sides or alternating sides of my transversal, and it's on the interior with parallel lines. So the steps are pretty much the same. You're just putting that congruent angle under the parallel instead of above the parallel. So here's my measuring the width of that angle. I have to come here where the arc intersects the transversal, measure the width of the angle. Now I take my point here and my original point and I connect them as best I can with my ruler. And there we have it. These two lines are parallel because these alternating interior angles are congruent because I copied one angle up here. So I have my Z or my N for fun instead of the F that I did before. So that's it. Those are the skills you need for this unit. So make sure you ask questions if you don't understand, or re-watch the video until you have mastered the parallel line, the perpendicular line, on the given point on the line and off the line. All right, good stuff. Later.